Hey, it's Elizabeth Brown, the Kitchen Vix, on a chicken O.M.A.D now. I'm gonna start with chicken in a skillet. I'm just doing a basic chicken with broccoli, mushrooms, and onions. And then I have some buffalo sauce left over from some buffalo broccoli I bought at Air One Market the other day, which was really good. So I'm gonna use that sauce as like a base for flavoring. When I created recipes for Oxygen and Cleaning magazine, I forget which one I did this for, but I did make a buffalo sauce recipe, and I remember it was just like hot sauce and butter. So starting with butter as my base here, and I'm going to add the hot sauce to the skillet, the buffalo sauce. I'm going to slice up the chicken. I got my chicken friendly cutting board. That's just for animal products and not for vegetables. So today, this morning, I went for a bike ride on the beach. It was really nice. And I remember like when I used to ride bike on a regular basis, I would listen to the Golden Girls. And so this morning I go out and I'm like, I have my music on. I listen to Spotify and I've got my own like hardcore playlist. But I remember like I used to listen to the Golden Girls on the Hallmark Channel, and now I have Hulu. So I can listen to the Golden Girls on Hulu without commercials. That show, I really encourage people to just listen to it as opposed to watching. When you watch it, it's great too, because there are so many great eye movements and things like side-eye things and subtle movements that you see that you sometimes you don't pay, if you don't pay attention, you miss them. So like when I watch the show over and over again, people are like, how can you keep watching it? I'm like, because you see things every time. But when you just listen to it, the writing is hilarious. And there are so many little lines throughout it. Like, I know I've seen this episode a million times, but I missed this whole line where Rose is having a garage sale and Blanche is like, I don't want to have to negotiate with 400 people who want to take 25 cents off of the I lost my ass in Vegas cup or something like that. And it's just so funny the way it comes out, and you totally miss it because it's a really fast line. So I just really appreciate good writing and good delivery. The characters are awesome. Of course, Betty White is the bomb. She's my hero, and her birthday's the day after mine. We're fellow Capricorns, so I have a special affinity for her. All right, so I'm going to clean off my knife so I can use that again. And the other day I made some white rice, which I mentioned in one of my videos. I haven't made white rice since I was in college, because I was so poor. I could barely afford to, I couldn't afford my tuition. I had to get loans for that, but to live away from home and go to school, I had to pay for everything myself, so I always worked. I work with a lot of young people, and they'll tell me things like, well, why do you have a job that you don't love, you know, just quit. I'm like, probably because I have bills to pay, and I grew up learning that when you want something in life, you work, even if it's not what you really want to do. I've always worked. I've always had multiple jobs and earn my way, and luckily I have the luxury of going to work when I want, so I will make cooking videos in the morning, and that's part of me pursuing my dream until maybe I can make money at it. And that's what I did with writing. I used to write for free for the Santa Monica Daily Press newspaper, and then one day, like 3 or 4 years later, after doing it like for weeks and weeks and weeks, the editor from Oxygen contacted me and said she liked my writing and she asked me to write for them. So it's like one thing leads to another, and maybe do something for free for a while until something else pays off. I'm just going to do what I love and hope I can make money at it eventually. Really love making cooking videos. I'm cutting up the broccoli stem because I don't waste anything. Got some red onion, purple onion to add for those anthocyanins. Broccoli is part of those cruciferous vegetables that are good cancer fighters, and they're rich in sulfur compounds. So broccoli also gives us vitamin C and some of those wonderful carotenoids that help protect our eyes and protect our heart, protect everything from free radical damage. So lots of antioxidants from multiple sources in broccoli. And then I've got some mushrooms for some natural source of vitamin D. I did my master's thesis on the study of water and weight management. I looked at the research of Masaru Emoto, who looked at how everything has an inherent energy. Like, he looked at water and froze water and noticed that the crystals of water that had a positive message given to it, those crystals were really beautifully formed. So, and the reason I mention that is because in regards to mushrooms, they're one of the highest vibrational foods. So it's really good inherent energy plus nutrition. So while I was letting my chicken cook, I also finished cleaning up my area. So once everything is done, I'm ready to go to work. I have about maybe like a cup of rice here that I cooked the other day. The nice thing about white rice, I get why people like it. It does taste really good. And It cooks so quickly. It's amazing. Still like brown rice and wild rice and red rice, and I eat like the variety, but I just wanted this, I don't know, for some reason I was craving it. So my one meal a day, I think I said this in the beginning, is not just one meal. I always also make a smoothie. Want more complete nutrition? I'm going to make a smoothie with some strawberries, a cup's worth, organic frozen strawberries. I get organic because organic means they have more antioxidant potential because they were grown without the help of pesticides. If the plants are grown without help, then they have to develop their own defenses. I always say it's like the kid that doesn't come from a rich family but yet becomes very successful. So he didn't have like all the help that someone with money would have, but he still managed to figure out how to make his way in life. I'm not saying that just because somebody has money means they're so advantaged, because sometimes they have obstacles. So of course they have obstacles to overcome as well. But if we all just overcome our obstacles and become the best we can be, then we're like the organic produce in nature. Without the help, strawberries that make it to the end are going to give you the best defenses for your body, for your muscles. Okay. Now I'm adding my pumpkin seeds for iron and zinc. Sesame seeds for more iron and zinc. I bought some black sesame seeds and I already had some white ones, so I just kind of mixed them together. Generally anything that has color, like if it's black, purple, red, those, you're going to get some of those anthocyanins. So sesame seeds are a really good source of iron. Although I think in one of my videos I misspoke, because the nutrition program I had might have been, one of the analysis might have been off, because it gave me sesame seeds as being like 80% per tablespoon, but they're like 25%, I think, per tablespoon of your daily value for iron. So they give you a lot of iron, but not quite as much as I originally thought. Brazil nut for selenium, which I could just eat, but I'm gonna throw it in my smoothie. Oh, I did creatine for Scott Forbes, who's the creatine pusher in the world, as far as I know. Went the creatine for optimal muscle fuel. I'll do chocolate today. So I don't have any greens for my smoothie. I'm out of greens, but I only have broccoli right now. Need some water. And make sure I get ample protein for my muscles. Got carbs. It's a good antioxidants. I put some salsa in a jar. Got my buffalo chicken. Make sure this is on right. Sometimes this thing isn't on correctly and it'll, okay. Yeah, always make sure that your blender's put together right. Like, I have a girl that helps me clean sometimes, and sometimes she puts the gasket on the bottom and it goes inside. It seems contrary, and if the gasket's in the wrong place, everything will come leaking out. It is not fun. I'm just gonna put my food in a glass lock container, but I think I'm gonna drink my smoothie first, and I want my food to stay warm, so I'm gonna put it in a thermos. And I might take a glass lock container with me because I like to eat things, you know, so I can see all my food at once. I like thermoses, and I don't mind eating out of a thermos, but I would prefer to like disperse my food while I enjoy it so I can look at it. We're all very visual when it comes to eating. I got my thermos. It's gonna keep my food hot for 8 hours. So now I'm getting ready to go to work. My cat was freaking out on my shoes. I have these fuzzy shoes. They're Marni's. It's my favorite shoe brand. I wear these Marni sneakers all the time, but I really, really love them. So that's all I wear, especially for work. But my cat's obsessed with these really fuzzy ones. She just like rubs all over them. I have my glass lock container, because like I said, I like to eat my food in the container, but I want to keep it warm in the thermos. And I put my salsa in here and my fork and my napkin, so I'm all prepared. Make sure you have everything you need. Always be prepared. Smoothie and a little extra smoothie. And that's like 50 or 60 grams of protein right there. And I have my meal, which is probably another 50 to 60 grams. So I'm good for the day. Like, I'm 120 pounds, so my goal is 120 grams of protein. I got it in my one meal in a smoothie. I have 3 things of water. When it comes to healthy eating, the Kitchen Vixen says, use what you have and start where you are. And in no time, I promise, you'll be a star and you'll get to make biceps too. Have a good day. Bye.